Okay.
Welcome, Kelly. Welcome, Grace. So today we're going to be doing mediation about the conflict you guys brought up to me about the speaker. We're going to talk about that. Be sure to include all the information you possibly can so you can get it all out in the open now. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're just going to give both sides of the story, make sure to be able to come up with a solution before we leave today. That's essentially the goal. So we're going to set some ground rules today. Our ground rules will be, don't interrupt each other. I will make sure to give you each time to speak. So that will be accomplished. Make sure to listen to each other so that you guys can understand each side and be sure to contribute to a overall solution that will really help you guys to continue to be good roommates so we can get over this conflict. And this is going to be confidential. Only I will know about it, and probably me because she's the RD. Other than that, it's not going to go anywhere, so you can say things here that will stay here unless it's something super serious. Then that will be reported up but not out. So people won't know about it, only people who need to know about it, essentially. So first off, we'll start with Kelly. So will you tell us what happened, the whole situation, and why the conflict is aroused?
Yeah, so I let Grace borrow our speaker. She had a dance thing, and I let her borrow it, and then she brought it back, and it wasn't working. So I texted her, and I was like, why isn't our speaker working? I paid a lot of money for that. And she said that it worked fine when she used it. The battery's just dead. But I tried turning it on multiple times, and it just won't turn on. So, yeah, and so it just wasn't working, and I was like, okay, well, you'll have to buy another one, and, yeah, so that's what happened. And she refuses to buy me ones.
Okay. Thank you. So essentially what I'm getting from your side of the story is the fact that she used your speaker, it was broken, when you came back, you tried to fix it, it wasn't working, so it's now you feel it's her responsibility to
Yeah, because it stopped working on her watch, so. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Grace, would you mind telling us your side of the story?
Okay, so yeah, I borrowed it for dance, and then it was working fine when I had it, so I don't know why it's not working now, maybe it's just the battery or something, but I didn't do anything to it, so I don't know why it would stop working, and now she wants me to buy a new one, but I don't think I should have to.
All right. So you were using it, it was working just fine, and then when Kelly started to use it, it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel it's not your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's both sides. Obviously there's a disconnect because either both of you feel like it's the other's fault, or not necessarily fault, but their responsibility. So, is there any other information? Kelly, do you have any extra things that we didn't talk about, you didn't say before, or is that just the whole story?
Well, I might have filed a police report because it's damaged and I bought it, and so I think she needs to buy a new one, or she'll have to get it with somebody else.
Okay. And Grace, anything else that you would like to include so we have all of the information and we don't need to come back and rehash this again?
Yeah, just since it hasn't been working, she's just been texting me a bunch and being really rude about it, and tweeting that I'm the worst roommate ever, and I don't know, I don't feel like that's fair. It's I didn't obviously mean to break it. But.
Okay. So what I'm seeing the problem here is that the speaker isn't working, that there have been social media aspects happening, kind of abuse of social media, and as it sounds, Grace doesn't feel it's fair that she's being seen as a horrible roommate because it's broken, as she doesn't feel it's her fault, where Kelly, you probably feel like it's her fault because she was the one who had it and it was on her watch, and then you came back and it was broken. So The next thing we need to do at this point is, what do you guys think we can do to solve this problem? To go forth, figure out a solution, and then move on so that we're done with this conflict and we don't have to come back to it. We can always change something in the roommate agreement, like don't use each other's property if that's what it comes to, but it's all up to you guys. So, Kelly, would you like to start?
Well, I don't know, like we both use it, like we both use the Bluetooth speaker, so I guess like we could like share the cost if we bought another one, like we could both pitch in. So
Okay.
we could just like buy a new one. I guess that's an option. Or she could just get her own, that she could bring a dance, and then I could get my own, and then we just don't touch each other's.
Okay. And Grace, what do you think?
I think both of those options are good. I don't know. I think it might be like make more sense just to have like one. So like maybe just like buying a new one like together that's like equally like both of ours. But yeah, I'd be fine with either.
All right. So what I'm seeing is that you guys could potentially buy one to combine, like together, to have as like the roommate, and then you can each have your own separate one if that works. However, if you do buy one together, who is responsible if that one breaks? That's the next thing I want to discuss, because if that one breaks, who's going to take responsibility? Are you guys both going to take responsibility to buy a new one, or is it the person who broke it going to be responsible?
I guess it just depends on how it breaks.
Yeah.
If they obviously like drop it or something like that, then I think it would be on them to buy another one. But if it just dies, then it might just be Bluetooth,
Yeah.
and then we don't buy another one after that. So.
All right. So what I'm seeing here is that the best solution to just finish this is going to be both of you pitching in to buy one speaker for like the room.
Mm-hmm.
So does that work for both of you?
Yes.
Okay. So then the next thing I want to address really quickly is the fact that social media was brought into this. And
There was only like a couple tweets though. Like
I mean,
it wasn't multiple. It was just a couple, and they weren't even.
I understand that, but at the same time, that's not fair to anybody in this situation, and it doesn't matter which side it came from. So in future, would we want to lay a ground rule and say talk before going to social media, that kind of thing? And you can always come get me if you guys want to talk, or should we just lay a ground rule to say we're going to talk before we go to social media and kind of tweet or anything of our frustrations? Does that sound good on both sides?
Yeah.
All right. So from what I'm seeing is that it seems like we've come to a solution. Are you guys going to be able to continue living together after this and be fine with each other?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think we'll do
I
it.
guess.
Okay. So my main goal was that this problem doesn't arise again. But seeing as we've kind of decided how, if a speaker bought together, if it breaks, who's going to be responsible and everything, I feel like this won't happen again. And this seems good. So thank you guys for coming in and just being able to share your sides. I'm hoping that everything continues to get better as time moves on. But yeah, I mean, this will be confidential, so only me and me will know about it. But other than that, this was very productive. I feel like we got everything solved and relatively quickly. So thank you.
Shake.